Hi, and welcome to our program, Polish Paper Cut Design. This is a Museum Corner Take and Make program. The Museum Corner exhibit right now is called Tell the World a Story, Folk Tales from Around the Globe. And the Polish paper cut design is called wycinanki. Wycinanki is the Polish word for paper cut design. And it's a Polish folk art that dates back 150 years. Traditional paper cut designs included peacocks, doves, roosters, and other birds. Here's one that's a rooster. There was also circular and star-shaped medallions, tons of colorful flowers. Some included details just in black and white. Others had lots of beautiful colors. Another very typical is a tree of life. This was a common theme, and it's also very symmetrical. You can see it was cut out the same on this side as it was on this side, and I'll show you an easy way to do that. You can just fold the paper in half and cut it. And you can see here how the background is black, and then the colors layered on top. Here's a green piece, and then a blue piece, and then a yellow piece. The piece is getting smaller as we do it. In your take and make bag, you should have a few different things. You should have a piece of white paper, and that's going to be our background. You should have a piece or two of black paper, and that's going to be our cutout design. And then a few different colorful papers should be in there. I'm not sure what colors are going to go in each bag, but I'll try and give everyone a bunch of different ones. And as you can see, these are two-sided, so if you don't like the color on one side, flip it over and use the color on the other side. You should also have a glue stick in your bag. And then the things that you'll need from home is either a pencil or a white crayon or a pen to draw with, and then a pair of scissors to cut out your design. Okay? I'm going to turn the camera down, and then we can get started, and you can watch along and do the project with me. Okay, so let's get started. Have your black paper, and a symmetrical design is a good way to get started. We're going to use our black paper, and we're going to fold it in half. You can decide which way you want to fold yours. I think I'm going to fold mine the short ways, right? The other way to fold it would be the long ways if you wanted something very tall on your paper. Well, that looks good. Maybe I'll do that instead. So I'm going to fold it the long ways. And then you can use your pencil or a white crayon to draw your design. And this is the background, so we want these pieces to be a little bit bigger so that then we can fit the different colored papers on top. So I'm going to draw a tree, and we'll start here at the bottom with our big tree trunk, and maybe it's a little wider at the bottom where it meets the ground and it comes in. This is going to be a mirror image, so it's going to be twice as wide. And then we're going to come out here with a tree branch, and I'm going to leave this big so that I can put some colored paper leaves on top of it. Maybe it goes like that, so it's bigger at this end. And then I'll come up and I'm going to make another one, and I'm also going to leave it bigger at the end. So this is not what an actual tree looks like, but it's going to give our places to do some beautiful things. And then I'll come up to the top at a point. Now, let me see if I can show you what this looks like. Yeah, see how like this is a tree branch, but really it's going to hold the colorful leaves inside of it. And then the next tree branch, and then way up to the point at the tippy top. After you have your shape drawn, you can cut it out. And yours doesn't have to be a tree. You can do a bird, or a rooster, or just some circle and square shapes. This is your artwork, so you can do whatever you would like. too close to me and then you can't see what I'm doing. And our last one. And you actually, if you don't follow exactly your pencil lines, kind of like I did right here, I cut outside of the pencil line. That's okay, because we could glue on that side and paste it down so that we won't even see the pencil lines. Okay, so then if you open it up, your design is now symmetrical. It's the same on both sides. You can take your glue stick, and if you have a scrap piece of paper, like I have this cardboard behind, that way you're not putting glue all over your finished artwork. You can glue on a piece of scrap paper so that if your glue stick goes out the side a little bit of your cut paper, it's not getting everywhere. And you put glue on it over the whole thing. And then you take your white paper and you paste it down in the middle where you would like it. I think that looks about even. And carefully smooth your paper down. So now that you have your background done, right, it contrasts nicely. It's a nice crisp edge. We are going to add some color to it. So you can pick whatever color you like. I have this green here that's sort of a light green on one side and a dark green on the other side. And I can fold it in half. Fold your paper in half. And then there's two different ways that you can cut out of this. If you cut right along the edge, like we did here, you're going to end up with, what do you think I'm going to end up with? Here's my shape, cut along the edge, and if I open it, it looks like a heart. So that's one way of making something symmetrical, just like we did here. The other way you can cut out is not along the folded edge, but just anywhere in the, you can draw a leaf shape. Maybe your leaf looks like this, pointed at both ends. Maybe it has an extra little point in it. So here is my leaf shape. And I will cut it out. Holding both pieces of the paper together with my hand. And then cutting it out along the line. So I held the two pieces together. Now I can separate them, and I have two pieces that are symmetrical. So if I put one on either side of the tree, it's the exact same leaf on either side of the tree. And that's how you do one shape. If you'd like to draw multiple shapes of the same, I'm gonna use this pink and yellow one. Yellow leaves look good. All right, I'm gonna do this so that you can see what I'm doing. So we have these two leaves here. And what if I wanted to make several leaves up here? But maybe I wanted to have this be in the middle and then the other ones be the same coming out. So then you're gonna trace it. Use this yellow paper, and you can trace your leaf just a little bit bigger than the one that you cut before. See how I'm going all the way around this green leaf and tracing it? I'll show you. Trace it so that it's just a little bit bigger than the one that you did before. And then we can cut this one out. And you, again, if you're cutting it out on the paper side that's not folded, you want to be able to hold both pieces of paper together so that you can carefully cut this out. So that they're the same shape and size. And I'm going to come back and cut this little piece. Okay, so now both of these are the same shape and size, and they fit here, and then the little green one fits inside of it, and then the green one fits inside of it. And you can glue them down. I glue them on a scrap piece of paper before you place it down. So that we have a layered design. I'll do this one more time so you can see. That was a little tricky. Glue on the back. Put out your Wycinanki Polish paper cut design. Okay, so maybe we'll do a different color. How about this one? This is red on one side and yellow on the other. I think red would work good. I'm going to fold my paper in half so that I can cut out two pieces at the same time. And remember, we're going to start with our idea that's smallest and then get bigger. So you know what? I like this heart idea. I'm going to start with a little heart. And I'm going to draw my heart right here. And then I'm going to cut it out. And sometimes it's easier just to sort of, how do I do that? Sometimes it's easier to cut it close to your design, but not all the way around the design, just to get rid of that big piece of paper. And then you can hold the smaller piece of paper easier. You want to hold them both together so that your hearts are going to be the same. And then cut around the pencil lines that you made. There, now we have a little heart, or two little hearts. They could be yellow or red. Now we want to make it to be a layered effect, so we want to make one that's a little bit bigger. So I'm going to put my yellow heart down on the red, and I'm going to trace around, leaving some space from the yellow heart. It makes it hard to see if I put my finger there. Okay, so see here I have my yellow heart, and I'm going to make a bigger red heart around it so I can put my yellow heart down. And I will cut out this red one. And you can decide how simple or busy you want your design to be. You could just be doing this with squares. So now I have two red hearts, and the yellow hearts go on top of them. Maybe we'll add another color. glue. I'll go this way. All right, so now I want it to look like the yellow is on top of the red heart, is on top of the blue heart. So I'm gonna hold it down and I'm gonna trace a bigger heart. And you can keep doing this. Keep cutting one and then tracing around it and making a bigger one. As many layers as you want to build up your design. I'm gonna hold them carefully because I have two pieces here. There we go. Now we have blue hearts. They go there. Could go right on this leaf, right on this branch of the tree with the hearts. That might be pretty. We have hearts growing on our tree. Okay, so then we can glue them down. Flip your pieces over and add some glue. You're going to add glue to the biggest one first. And stick it down. And then you have to remember which side you want to do. I'm going to put glue on the yellow side so I can flip it over and do the red heart. And then I'm going to put that right in the middle of that blue heart. And then the little yellow heart goes on top. Glue that, stick that one on top. So your trees could have leaves, or they could have hearts. Maybe you want to put some stars in the sky. And we'll do the last heart. Put it over. And there you have the start of our Wycinanki Polish paper cut design, which is a folk art from Poland. What you can do after you've put all your colored papers on here is you can put a piece of wax paper over it and then a heavy book down to help your design dry nice and flat. So I hope you enjoyed this program on Wycinanki, or Polish paper cut designs. I hope you enjoyed making your design and hang it up. I'm sure yours looks absolutely beautiful, and hang it up for everyone to see. Be well. Bye.